back to my channel. So a lot has happened since I've been away, and there are a lot of explosive updates regarding Meghan and Harry. So of course they made a speech at the Global Citizens Concert, which was kind of all about vaccinations and blah, 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 saving the world, so on and so forth. A lot of polls have already been done in the past, which have revealed that people in America and people in the UK and everyone across the globe are sick and tired of Meghan and Harry's woke, self-righteous, telling the public what to do narrative, which has been a consistent theme throughout their marriage. They are very sanctimonious. They have essentially put down everyone who has chosen to have more than 2 children. They've made a point of saying we're only going to have 2 kids. They've gone on and on about various global issues that they seem to not be able to follow through with, and they are only using these people's issues, i.e. people's endemic chronic poverty, racial issues, in order to get their name in lights, in order to line their pockets. They're not really about actually helping anyone. To my knowledge, Meghan and Harry do not have a scientific background. They are not researchers. They really aren't true humanitarians. What they are really known for is being 2 whining, extremely privileged, ungrateful, woke, non-modern royals. Because there's nothing modern about whining about your privilege and your wealth and all of the free handouts that you've had. That is very much in line with those who have been born with a silver spoon in their mouth. And it's not very hard to insult Meghan and Harry, because everything that they do really does lead to that point. They're false, they're fake, and all the do-gooding that they want to be known for is not really of their own merit or hard graft or hard work. We both know that they have this platform by association only with the royal firm, and therefore it's hard to be impressed by what they're doing. I can understand the fascination that people would have with Madonna and her charitable noble works. I can understand the fascination that people have with Oprah and Angelina Jolie. These are people who have built wealth from the ground. These are people who have worked for everything they've gotten. They have had to have extreme immense amounts and buckets of talent in order to live the lifestyle that they enjoy today. And then not only have they done all of that, they've maintained their position, they've maintained good relations with the public, they have never ever appeared ungrateful or whined about the media intrusion and invasion into their lives, and they still find the time, after digging themselves up from the ashes to the top of the 1% earners, to then give back to the public. That's impressive. That's something that you can really be taken aback by. It's something that is worth talking about. But Meghan and Harry, on the other hand, we have one that was born into extreme privilege, who had nothing better to do with his days other than drink and smoke and you know what, and gamble probably, before he decided to marry Meghan. And then he turned his nose up at it, put it down, trashed his own country, which was the very making of him, because this guy has no real raw talent outside of moaning and putting down his birth father. He runs off to America and decides that he's going to present himself as a humanitarian who is going to save us all from the afflictions of chronic poverty, from the pandemic, from social media, because according to Meghan, we are all drug addicts, okay? We are addicted to our social media accounts, and it's simply not washing. This article is by The Mirror, and they have basically been dragged because everyone can see what I see, what you see, and those who watch these channels. It's simply all forced. It's not genuine, and it's all about making money. Let me get into it. Meghan and Harry's New York trip slammed as woke manipulation, but not Kate and Will's. Once again, the noise surrounding Prince Harry and Meghan Markle wasn't about the good they're doing. They got picked apart over their coats. Travelling the world is nothing new for the royals. Princess Margaret put Mystique on the map. But pleasure aside, travelling is also a part of the job for the royals, from the Queen's Commonwealth tours to the official state dinners above and below the equator. Kate visited a child development centre in Harlem, where she spent an hour doing arts and crafts with the kids and wrapping presents. Meanwhile, William met with Barack Obama ahead of his speech to the World Bank on the illegal wildlife trade. The trip was a roaring success, with cheering crowds and British tabloids celebrating the couple's efforts to tackle pressing issues. The Daily Mail even described William's audience with Obama as groundbreaking. However, when Meghan and Harry embarked on a similar trip to New York this weekend, they were annihilated. Even their outfits came under scrutiny. So I'm going to pause here because I know that Meghan is a big fan of extremely simple, squarish silhouettes. Now, from what I can see from the pictures, Meghan has a rectangular body shape. So she often goes for outfits that will flatter that shape, that are very simple in design. She doesn't have the biggest calves, and she doesn't have a defined hard hourglass figure, as in her waist is not significantly smaller than her hips. So from a stylist's point of view, what she does with her outfits does tend to work, because with that body shape, it's better to just flatter it as opposed to try and make it something that it's not, or put something on that an hourglass woman would wear, because it's only going to emphasize that you have more of a squarish shape and it will not be flattering. But with all that being said, the dress was not flattering. Now, of course, she's claiming to have had a baby, so she's had to eat a few cakes to beef up a bit, and therefore she just probably wanted to be comfortable in this cream shift dress. Did we like it? I think for the Global Citizen event, it was too simplistic. It looked a bit frumpy. Okay, not a bit frumpy, it looked very frumpy, and it just wasn't really flattering. But I understand she's allegedly had this baby and she's working on losing the pounds. Harry, on the other hand, he tried to go for a more relaxed, casual, smart look. He did look a bit scruffy. He definitely looked really grateful to be out there, and he definitely looked as though he felt like he was some kind of major rock star, because let's face it, at the Global Citizen concert, they was meeting real stars, real celebrities who have actually achieved stuff on their own in order to be there, in order to have the fans. But we know that the people who were screaming for them at this concert were not there for Meghan and Harry. They were there for the actual relevant people. I mean, Jennifer Lopez was there, Billie Eilish was there, just to name a few. And therefore, they was feeding off of the energy of people who actually didn't really care for them. They was just waiting for the fantastic, fabulous performers, right? Who are true stars. So it continues on. The Duchess and Duke of Sussex visited PS123's playground in Harlem and donated to the temporary housing unit with free cleaning and hygiene products. The couple also donated a washer and dryer for students to keep their uniforms clean, as well as garden boxes filled with vegetables and herbs. And we know that this was Meghan's idea. They also pledged to donate $25,000 to Melba's, a black-owned restaurant renowned for its chicken and eggnog waffles, followed by an appearance at the Global Citizen Festival to advocate for vaccine distribution to countries in need. But of course, Meghan and Harry's good was manipulated into a ploy to secretly film part of their Netflix series. Certain right-wing outlets branded the Tories woke and slammed the two for flying a private jet. So they flew into New York via private jet after they have gone on and on and on about this global warming crisis that they are trying to solve. Now, who do they really think they are? William and Kate fly commercial all the time, and they are real royals. They are still serving. They are still fulfilling their duties. Why isn't commercial good enough for this couple that allegedly claims that they care about the planet, that they're only having 2 children, that they are worried about the carbon emissions? Why is it that they are still flying private, considering they are so woke? Meghan was accused of trying to be Michelle Obama for wearing a coat, and the charitable trip was dubbed a almost royal tour. It's almost as if they can't do anything right. And for all of the reasons that I stated before I actually got into the article, and that is the end of the article, quite obviously they can't do anything right. And we all know why. So with all that being said, guys, I'm going to leave it here. There's a lot of stuff to cover. I'll be back with another video. Bye, guys.